Wildcat Event Center, home of Wildcat basketball, and a special welcome tonight to our guests, players and fans of the East Valley Red Devils. The athletic director has asked me one more time to read the sportsmanship creed. The SCAC encourages and promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, parents, and spectators. We strive to create a competitive yet positive atmosphere where everyone feels welcome. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponents and the officials. As SCAC student athletes, we commit to fair play, responsibility, and respect, and we strongly encourage you to do the same. This is the SCAC, the Conference of Champions. And now let's meet the lineup for tonight's game, beginning with our visitors. The East Valley Red Devils, their support players. Number 14, Tori Goodell. Number 20, Cecilia Mendoza. Number 21, Jalen Garza. Number 23, Madison Morrison. And for the Wildcats, their bench players, number 2, Alyssa Cuevas. Number 5, Zadie McCord. Number 22, Julissa Landa. Number 23, Adelaide Norman. And number 42, Dejani Cruz Huerca. Now the starters, beginning with the Red Devils, wearing number 2, Maya Alvarado. And for the Wildcats, she's wearing number 1, Albina Medanik. And for the Red Devils, number 11, Jada Mendoza. And for the Wildcats, number 10, Tatiana Camacho. For the Red Devils, number 12, Madeline Trujillo. And for the Wildcats, number 11, Nakisha Hill. For East Valley, number 15, Tinley Taylor. And for the Wildcats, wearing number 12 as well, Samaya Baker. Finally for East Valley, number 43, Brooklyn Silv. And for the Wildcats, number 21, Natalia Sanchez. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not already standing, would you please do so as we honor America and her flag with the playing of our national anthem.
And with that, we begin only the Wildcats' second home game of the season, coming to you live here from the Wildcat Event Center from Toppenish, Washington. Game 2, or should I say Game 3 of the regular season for the Toppenish Lady Wildcats. Here between the East Valley Red Devils and your Toppenish Lady Wildcats. Hello everybody, again I'd like to thank you coming to you here from inside the booth. My name is Antonio Tony D. Dominguez. The girls hoping to continue off with their success, coming off a road victory versus the Sela Lady Vikings last night over at Sela High School. Of course, that victory led in part by the player at midcourt, getting ready to tip things off. And here we go, in the words of the famous Mike Goldberg. Talia Sanchez still developing her role, and she knows she's going to have a lot more responsibility this season, helping to find her identity on offense. And there we go as Maya Alvarez able to sneak that one away, and a foul after the steal from the Red Devils. Is going to give the chance for the Lady Red Devils to move forward. Maya Alvarado trying to find her way to the goal, and she does. Good for two. This is an old school rivalry. Wildcats, they used to be in the CWAC at the 2A level, and only a couple of years ago moved down to the 1A at the SCAC. Different type of basketball being played at that level, but nonetheless, the East Valley Red Devils is nobody to take lightly. Manainik with the three, and she finds success early. That gets her first points of the contest. Manainik's going to be one of those players that you're going to need to be contributing each and every single game. Manainik trying to find somewhere to go. Brooklyn Silva. Still trying to find somewhere to go. Mendoza, and now back to Silva, running out of time, takes the shot last second, in and out, no good, and ball will be off of the hands of Tinley Taylor of the East Valley Red Devils. And they're gonna get off to a deficit here by one, as the bounce pass from Samaya Baker to Tatiana Camacho wasn't able to get in there. Maya Alvarado bringing the ball down court. Now Natalia Sanchez trying to get in the front, and now up there in the key. Needs to hang on to that dribble. You want to minimize turnovers against this team, because guess what? These girls this season, they want to shoot. Silva with the move, couldn't finish it, and now Manainik loses it on the floor, still there. Red Devils able to recover. And a three there, couldn't get that one off. Manainik still in, stepped on that inbound line, and the possession will remain with the East Valley Red Devils. Jada Mendoza took a good advantage shot as she was open there on that three. Didn't get it to go. And there, another miss there. Good defense by the Lady Wildcats. Madeline Trujillo was just stuffed there underneath the basket. Manainik thinking about it, loaded up, and can't get that one to go. Ball still on the floor. Oh, and that ball will be deflected off of the Red Devils, I believe. Tatiana Camacho right there making a play. Saves possession for the Lady Wildcats, and now Nikisha Hill. We'll look to inbound. Look at that. Immediately. Underhook shot. Wild gets her own miss, kept put it back up and finish. Maya Alvarado. Look for her here on this East Valley Red Devil squad to lead this team and get their offense rolling. She got the first points for this team. And that ball deflected around and into the hands of Manainik. And now Samaya Baker, the young freshman who has been, oh my Lord, just been able to put in a lot of effort here this opening season. This is that shot there, Nikisha Hill. Here as the Lady Red Devils will look to continue on. Pushing it ahead. And a foul call, looks like first, or a force out. Looks like it was a deflection of the ball. Finley Taylor. And that ball deflected again. Finley Taylor looking to inbound again as Valley Red Devils only have one bucket. That's from Maya Alvarado. And again, there is Natalia Sanchez on the hip pocket of Maya Alvarado. We talked to coach early on in the season, just giving praise of what Natalia Sanchez is able to do defensively. Capable of guarding the most talented player. And a foul underneath. There is Madeline Trujillo looking to post up against Menainik, and she's going to pick up her first personal. So 4:45 remaining here in this first quarter. And the first free throw there by Trujillo was no good. One more to still to come here for the this East Valley Red Devil squad. Oh no, it's a miss and off of the hands of Tinley Taylor. So missed offensive opportunity there from the Lady Red Devils. Just haven't been able to find their tempo yet. It's early on in this season. Samaya Baker, the young freshman, right there up top the key. Takes the pass and she's fouled. Brooklyn Silva will pick up her first personal of this contest.
East Valley foul charge number 43, Brooklyn Silva.
Brooklyn Silva, I believe the younger sister of Ashlyn Silva from the East Valley Red Devils. Played for them a couple of seasons ago. Of course, InYourHouseSports.com covered their CWAC championship game a couple of years ago. And there we go, good move from Tatiana Camacho. Right side of the basket, driving, again 2 to go, 5-2 lead. Alvarado, foul from behind. And who's that going to be called on? Sanchez, and she looks like she might be a little banged up right now. Gingerly walking off the floor. Ball blocked there by Camacho. Still trying to put it back up and good for two-throw heel. Right there on the cleanup. All tied up now. Bringing it within one. 5-4. Julissa Landa. Oh no. Couldn't find the right lane to pass. Now Maya Alvarado running the floor. Finding Taylor. Tried to get to the basket. Couldn't get it. Trujillo. Trying to come down with it, and looks like off of the Lady Wildcats. And looked like there momentarily that Trujillo may have been the last one to touch that ball. And Silva's going to go sit momentarily as in comes Tori Goodell. And Maya Alvarado quickly trying to get this offense to work. Jada Mendoza. Top the key now, Maya Alvarado again. Oh, cutting into the left side. No good. Benignic collecting the miss in the rebound. Pushing it up. Right side baseline. And now back goes it now. Right into the hands of Jada Mendoza. Gonna run the length on the floor. Samaya Baker try to get some defense. Julissa Landa gets the rebound. Still fighting for it. Then look at Camacho. And finally, a jump ball called in between all of that action. Give credit to both these teams, especially for the Red Devils. They thought that play was over, but they kept fighting. Camacho came in there, ripped the ball away. Still playing hard even after the lost opportunity. Ball still bouncing around. Taylor trying to find somewhere to go. Could it be 3 in the key? And finally, jump ball called by the officials. Now, possession gonna change hands. Back to the Lady Wildcats it goes. here in the slow starting first quarter. 2:53 remaining here in the first. Wildcats only up by 1. Well, there just hasn't been a lot of composure and a lot of rhythm, and there is a turnover. Samaya Baker not being able to find Akeisha Hill up in that corner. Well, it's going to take some time for these teams again to find their rhythm. The Lady Red Devils haven't been able to capitalize on their offensive looks here so far in this quarter. Look for that to change. Alvarado using her skills behind Londa. And gets to the basket to go. Her second one of the night. She has 4. First lead of this contest. Here early. Maninek open for 3. Takes it and gets it to go. And that's the player you expect to have a response. Good look for Maninek and able to sink that one. Taylor. On the right side. Oh, immediately right there. Adelaide Norman. I mean, she's one of those players that Coach talked about. Much improved. Aggressive there to the basket. Camacho cleans it up and good for 2. And Tatiana Camacho continuing on from where she left off last night. A big part of that win versus the Sela Lady Vikings. Had 18 points in that contest. Or excuse me, 23 points in that contest. Look for her to continue on with that effort. Adelaide Norman tracks that one down. It's going to take it herself. Oh, no, loses it. Gains it back. Shut up. No good. Trying to keep it in play. Julissa Landa. She has a 3. Can't get it. Maninek able to recover. Throws it to somebody. Landa trying to track it down. And what's going to be called there is Landa. A big effort play, momentarily loses her shoe, and she's trying to put it back in. And she's going to take the referees, the official's going to give her some time to readjust her shoe. Came off in that big defensive play here as Brooklyn Silva is going to check back in for the Lady Red Devils. Taylor to Alvarado. Adelaide Norman trying to use her defense. Well, open for 3. Takes it in and out, no good from the front iron. And now Maninek able to collect that miss. Julissa Landa and Adelaide Norman. Right there. Hill to Norman. Able to get it. Now Landa, she's going to take the 3. Can't get it to go, but Camacho able to recover. Able to get it, loses it, Camacho. And then a quick foul. After that, it's going to be on Alvarado. And Tatiana Camacho is going to pick up a personal. Less than a minute remaining, 56 seconds in this opening quarter. In this non-league contest between the SCAC and the CWAC. The South Central Athletic Conference and the Central Washington Athletic Conference. Of course, the SCAC playing at the smaller 1A level, and the CWAC, East Valley Lady Red Devils, playing at the 2A level, just one step above. Just a little bit bigger, they say. Norman trying to get right on that hip up Alvarado. Oh, puts a hand in there, and the official's going to have to call that one. One of the improvements from Adelaide Norman. Again, there's going to be a variety of players this season for the Lady Wildcats that are going to have to make some contributions one way or another, whether it be on offense or on defense. They got to learn that each and every one of them has a job, a role, and a responsibility, especially if they want to have a successful season. Alvarado cutting to the basket, and she's fouled going up. See what this one's called on. Could be Tatiana Camacho's second, and indeed it is. And we'll see what Coach decides to do here with Camacho early on with 2 personal fouls. Alvarado, first free throw up and good. First time at the free throw line here tonight. And Tatiana Camacho is going to come out, and in comes the highly effective Alyssa Cueva. Second one, no good. Alvarado couldn't get that one to go. Adeline Norman able to track it down, and now Julissa Landa is going to be the secondary player to be able to bring the ball down the court. Still getting used to the role. Norman thought about it, tried to get it to Cueva. Landa to the basket, can't finish. Fighting hard for it, and jump ball called underneath. And the arrow pointing towards the Red Devil side. Here's the Lady Wildcats. I'm gonna play a little bit of football defense. Alvarado, lot of speed. Taylor up and underneath, couldn't get the shot to fall. Landa still on the floor. Oh, fighting for it. And finally, jump ball call. Looks like Gina Mendoza momentarily got tied up in an awkward spot there with Alyssa Cueva. Luckily nothing happened. Julissa Landa back to Cueva. Last second shot, couldn't get that one near the rim, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Wildcats with the short lead by 3, 10-7. We're going to take a break. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. We'll be back after this. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. Brooklyn Silv getting ready to inbound, gets it safely into the hands of Tori Goodell. And there has Madison Morrison, first time in the game here tonight, trying to get something to go. Nothing happening, and then Julissa Landa fouled there as she tried to get the ball up the court. So Tori Goodell picking up a personal there, her first one of the night. Julissa Landa back over Adeline Norman. She momentarily thought about that shot. She's thinking about launching it. Landa again, third one of the night, and finally gets one to go. And that's one thing Coach talked about to his players is don't be afraid of taking those shots. If you feel you can make it, take it. Up top, and Tenny Taylor up against Meninick. Takes it, oh, stolen away there from Adeline Norman. What great defensive awareness there. To Nakisha Hill. Thinking about it now, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Gives it to Meninick, right corner three. Out back guy, no good. Alessa Cueva, oh, look at that. Still continuing with her high effort play. Julissa Landa. Oh, don't tell me she's looking for another one. Look at that, Nakisha Hill cutting. Ball snapped away, Taylor. And jump ball called first. That's Cueva and Taylor fighting for possession. And looks like there's going to be a timeout momentarily. What's going on? Looks like there might be a, well, there's a little bits and pieces of foreign debris, I guess, on the floor. I'm going to toss that aside. 13-7 in favor of the Lady Wildcats. And finally, to Julissa Landa. And Landa to Adelaide Norman there on the left side with Alyssa Cueva. She takes the three. Couldn't get that one. And oh, still Brooklyn Silva able to save that one and right into the hands of Maya Alvarado. Norman right there defensively, but fouls her. Alvarado's going to go back to the free throw line. Norman, an admirable job of trying to stay right there in that hip pocket of Maya Alvarado. Has perhaps a step ahead of her in terms of speed. But Norman knows how to position herself, make sure she doesn't get beat. She doesn't get beat too often. Alvarado, second one also good. 13-9. Oh, bounce pass, Cueva lost him momentarily. And Trujillo able to pick it up. Brooklyn Silva rushing down the court. Can't get the layup to go, fighting for it. Alvarado comes out with it. She's gonna decide to launch a three and nails it. Right now, she's the one that has the hot hand on offense. Perhaps you're gonna wanna run your offense through her. Hill just thinking about it momentarily. Now Zaylee McCord stops, free throw line jumper, no good. There's Tori Goodell brings down the miss for a rebound. And Alvarado will now have to try to find something offensively here for this Red Devil squad. Shot is wild, right in the hands of Cueva. Samaya Baker, 2-on-1 situation, loses it. Tries to regain it back, and finally, what's going to be called? No timeout, so another tie-up. So Cueva is going to come out, and in comes Natalia Sanchez. Here is Menainik trying to get something. Trujillo underneath and good for two. And now the Red Devils leading by one. Lady Wildcats, McCord left alone for a three. Couldn't get anything. Menainik able to get it back, and Sayla McCord looks like may have taken a shot near the face area. And the substitution coming in here for the Red Devils as Tori Goodell is going to take a break. Tinley Taylor is going to get back into the game. And both teams now having to adjust. Bounce pass inside, and Akeisha Hill now back to Samaya Baker. Natalia Sanchez, oh, losing it as the recover. Ball still on the ground. Alvarado recovers it. Finds a cutter underneath. Fouled, and wasn't a tip there from Jada Mendoza. We'll give all due credit there to Maya Alvarado. Not giving up on that play. Seeing that ball was still loose. Nobody had possession of it. Able to pick it back up. And has the awareness to know where her player is at. And Mendoza, cutting from the left side, puts it into her hands. Doesn't get the three-point play, but either way, gets a chance at some free throws. First one is up and good there by Mendoza. First time at the free throw line here tonight. Second one also good, so the Red Devils continue to put it on for the Wildcats. On to the Wildcats. They're leading now by 3, 16 to 13. Lissalanda trying to get a shot to go, but blocked there. Keisha Hill finds Menainik. She's blocked. Ball still on the floor, and now Shilv. And that ball knocked out there by Julissa Landa. Ooh, that would have been close. Silv didn't have a lot of defense in front of her to deal with. That was a good play there by Landa. Alvarado comes free, finds nothing, and now Landa sending it up ahead of Baker. Gonna use her speed. Oh, and she's fouled, trying to get in the basket. And free throws coming up for the young freshman. You know, oftentimes you don't expect, you know, that type of composure from a freshman. Not afraid to take it herself into the paint. And you bet, as she keeps learning the game, keeps getting bigger and keeps getting stronger here for the next few years for the Wildcats, things are only going to look better as time goes on. Bounce pass there to Maninek. Couldn't save it from going out of bounds, as there was a lot of defensive coverage there from the Lady Red Devils. Alvarado, Landa looking. And Alvarado able to sneak by Julissa Landa. Landa has a burst of speed anyways. Oh, stolen away there by Maninek. She needs to slow it down. She doesn't have the advantage right now. Ball stolen away right in the hands of Mendoza. Lady Wildcats with their defense trying to knock it away. Ball tipped again, and a foul going to be called first, and I believe it's going to be against the Lady Red Devils. And indeed it is. It's going to be Madeline Trujillo going to be charged with a personal. 3:20 remaining here in the second quarter, and a timeout going to be called on the floor. 3:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Lady Wildcats down by 3, 13-16 to the East Valley Red Devils. Take a break. Be back here, THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. After the timeout, on the floor, Lady Wildcats hoping to get a bucket. Maninek couldn't get anything to go. Ball on the floor, and foul going to be called. It's going to be on Tatiana Camacho, and she may have to go to the bench immediately. And it is. That's going to be her third personal. And that's the last thing you wanted to see, is your big get into foul trouble. That's going to be her third, and she's going to have to sit at least until the fourth quarter, you got to imagine. Unfortunate situation there for the Lady Wildcats, and having one of their best players on the floor be eliminated at least up until the fourth quarter. So Adelaide Norman's going to come back into the contest. There as Maya Alvarado able to get first free throw of that foul to go. Second one also good. And Maya Alvarado, the leading scorer for the East Valley Lady Red Devil squad. And she seems to be like the only one that's capable of scoring right now for the Red Devils, so that might be their weakness, so something to key in on for the second half. Madeline Trujillo and Tinley Taylor. Tinley Taylor's going to take a seat. But Madeline Trujillo and Tori Goodell back in. Alvarado's going to take it herself again. And ball stolen away. Maninek steals it. Norman, loses it. Trujillo again. And jump ball going to be called first. And that arrow going to be pointed towards the Wildcat side. They got bailed out on that one. Of course, Lady Wildcats a little undersized compared to the Lady Red Devils. But have a little bit more speed and agility on their end. They're going to need to take advantage of that. Norman, open for a three, takes it. Couldn't get anything to go. Who's it going to be off of? It's going to be off the Lady Wildcats. So the Lady Red Devils going to move this ball. Miss Salanda immediately trying to get onto the hip of Alvarado. She's doing an admirable job right now. Just defensively needs to make a play. Ball on the ground. Grabbed by Menainik. Using the fast break opportunity, Samaya Baker. Has it there, brings it up in between the circles and out back out. Over to the left side. Lunda takes it herself. Layup no good. Baker recovers. Norman back to Hill. Menainik's going to take it herself, and she gets it to go. It's been a long scoring drought. And Menainik able to get only the second bucket of this quarter. Hill. Back to Trujillo there as Adeline Norman squeezing in. Landa. Norman. Still fighting for it, and finally chip ball called on the floor. Minute 29 remaining in the second quarter. Tori Goodell bounces it into the heads of Maya Alvarado. She's going to call the play for the Lady Red Devils. They have nobody in the paint right now. Looks like they're just going to try to get either a long jumper. Little runner there from Silv. Couldn't get it to go through. Heel comes in with the miss, and she's fouled. And Menainik's going to pick up another personal. It's going to be her second. And that's going to send Madeline Trujillo to the free throw line. Let's see what this first one has in store. It's going to go up and good. Second one. Coming up momentarily. And that one also good. Baker over the hill. Finds Norman. Try to take it herself, and now Samaya Baker finding some time. Norman open for a three. She's going to take it. Gets it a go. Adeline Norman, not the most consistent three-point shooter, but once again, the emphasis on taking the shots that are available to you by coach. Shot is wild. Adeline Norman able to get that miss. Landa with the Jets. 3-on-2 opportunity. What's it going to happen? Landa goes. Layup no good. Fighting for it. Putback no good again. Menainik once more. No foul. Still on the floor. Finally off of the Lady Red Devils with 33.2 seconds remaining. And the Lady Wildcats aren't giving up at all. They didn't give up an inch. Never thought they were down in that play. Wide open. Baker. Three. And gets it to go. Samaya Baker played like a crafty sophomore out there. Just a freshman. Norman. Having to catch up. Bounce pass through heel. Oh, no up and down call. Ball on the floor. Landa. 2-on-1 opportunity. Is she going to take it herself? Yes, she is. Oh, and foul going to be called. What an amazing maneuver there. Again, just the difference. Knowing the responsibilities, knowing that you have to be a lot more aggressive this season, seeing as there's no one else that can make the plays that need to be made on the floor. Julissa Landa gets the first free throw to go. Julissa Landa she's going to be that second option in terms of managing and carrying the ball, bringing the ball down the court. Great awareness there, just being aggressive with it, and that's what you need. Wildcats up by 3. Oh, no. And the Lady Red Devils off of the hands of Tori Goodell. Couldn't hang on to that. 2 seconds remaining. Julissa Landa. Final seconds. Oh, only about a foot away. Anyways, closing up. First half. Lady Wildcats leading by 3 here in this SCAC versus CWAC matchup. Wildcats 23, Red Devils 20. Halftime coming up. We're going to take a break. Statistics and more here live from Toppenish, Washington, inside the Toppenish Wildcat Event Center. Remember, like, subscribe, and follow. Never miss out on another THS digital media events. Take a break. Be back. right then, folks, welcome back here inside the THS Event Center. Here on the court, inside the booth here at halftime. Lady Wildcats leading by the score of 23 to 20, 3-point lead over their CWAC non-league rival. We have one of our THS digital media students here trying to learn some more. Hey, give us a summary. What's been going on? What's the statistics looking like there on the books?
Yes, thank you. So, as you know, we started off pretty strong. The first quarter. We saw a good defense by both the Wildcats and the Red Devils. We have Alvina scoring 2 3-pointers, and also Tatiana with a 2-pointer as well. I think we started losing a bit of confidence during the second quarter. We kind of our defense wasn't doing that well. They scored us a lot, but Alvina came in and she scored that 3-pointer, which kind of caught us up too. Also, Jalissa and Adelaide. If it weren't for those 3-pointers, we probably wouldn't have the lead.
Definitely. And what about on the other side for the Lady Red Devils? Who is their leading scorer? We saw that there was probably one player. So who is it for the Lady Red Devils that was the leading scorer?
Yes. The leading scorer is Alvarado. She scored 2 2-pointers during the first quarter, and then a 3-pointer during the second quarter. I think all of those free shots really, they were the key difference.
Okay, and what do you expect? What adjustments do you think that the Lady Wildcats need to make in order for them to win this game here tonight?
I think they need good communication, probably a bit of more motivation. Maybe less personal fouls by our players, since we have more than the Red Devils. I think, they just need to improve their communication and, get those less personal fouls.
All right, well, thank you there to our student intern here, still learning the game. And we'll, of course, keep coming back to them here throughout the majority of our season and these couple of contests coming up. So here we go. Back to action, second half. Julissa Landa gets it started. She needs to be a little bit careful. She's still learning the position of handling the ball all to herself. She just needs to get used to that varsity pressure. And what's going to be called? Oh, it looks like a 5-second violation, or what's going to, some sort of clock issue, I believe, possibly. Well, looks like it definitely is a clock issue as they're trying to make the adjustments right now. As we've come to a stoppage of play momentarily. Either it's going to be a main clock or a shot clock issue, and there they go. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. So the Lady Wildcats get perhaps a fortunate or unfortunate stoppage. We'll see. They don't have a lot of time to operate. Hill. To Hill. To Menainek. Couldn't get that shot to go. Puts it back up and gets it to go for 2. Menainek leading all scorers now with 11. And Maya Alvarado will be the one to try to spark the offense for the Lady Red Devils. Feeding it underneath Trujillo. Posting up against Norman and gets 2 to go. And I think Trujillo, she's going to be one of the key components for the Lady Red Devils. Who's going to need to make a bigger contribution on offense here in the second half if they want to stay and possibly win this game. Menainek takes a long 3, short off the iron. And now Brooklyn Silva will keep that ball safe. And Mendoza tasked with trying to make something happen. Adelaide Norman trying to get on the hip of Alvarado. Turns around with a little turnaround hook shot, good for 2. Alvarado's going to be the main contributor, the main scorer here tonight for the Lady Red Devils. They can't seem to find anybody else just yet besides Trujillo, but she has to be down on the low post. Nikisha Hill to Menainek, and now here is Samaya Baker. Gets it inside and finds the cutter in Menainek. Another 2 to her. She is the scorer for this team, Menainek. So accurate in a lot of those shots, and Mendoza puts up a 3. It's caught on the corner of the rim, jump ball. It's going to remain with the Lady Red Devils, and now referees are try to get this ball out of there. And they finally unjam it. You know, every once in a while, those type of shots, they happen. Doesn't matter where you're at. Happens, I believe, a little less in the college and in the pros. Mendoza scanning the floor, gonna get it up on tip, and Normand. Thought she may have had a play there versus Alvarado. But Adelaide Normand drawing the assignment here in the second half. Mendoza and Brooklyn Silva not able to get anything to go. Samaya Baker gonna try to create something. Normand left open for the three. She takes it. No good. Tiffany Taylor able to get the miss and rebound. And back to Alvarado. Normand is trying to stay in front. Landa now versus Silv. That Silv turns around. Hard-earned shot there in the paint. 2 to go. Samaya Baker now back over to Albina Manainik. Finds Normand. Oh, almost tripping. Having to reset now back into the heads of Samaya Baker. Pulls up. Oh, 3 no off the mark. And now Alvarado working their way through Wildcat defense. Almost loses it. Puts up another hook shot. Couldn't get anything to go. And Trujillo again and foul. That's going to be on who? On Normand, I believe. So Normand's going to pick up another personal.
Foul charges, East Valley number 23, Madison Morrison. Smith, Wildcats 23.
And so to the free throw line, it goes Trujillo, and first one's up and no good. And Alyssa Cueva is going to come back into the contest, and a 30-second timeout taken by the East Valley Lady Red Devils. Wildcats up by 1, 27-26. Take a small break here, THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. Timeout on the floor by the Lady Red Devils. Here as free throws coming up for Trujillo. Second one's up and good. Here as Tori Goodell going to check in for Tinley Taylor. Samaya Baker now back over to Julissa Landa. To Cueva up atop the key. On the right side there by Samaya Baker. Keisha Hill now back over to Manainik. Leading all scorers here tonight for the Lady Wildcats. Landa trying to cut it through. Cueva, oh, high off the board and good for 2. Her first offensive bucket of the night. Give her 2. Here as the Wildcats looking to extend this lead, currently leading by 2. 29-27. Mendoza, Alvarado, Landa breaking down. Alvarado with a long shot there from the baseline. Couldn't get in there to go. Now Julissa Landa. Looking up ahead, Samaya Baker. Tries to get a shot off, but deflected out of bounds there by Alvarado. Midway here through the third quarter, second half, as Natalia Sanchez is going to come in for Julissa Landa. Alyssa Cueva. Open for the 3. Baker. Couldn't get that one to fall. And now Alvarado. Here with the chance opportunity. Trying to reset. Well, offense has been all her here so far. Her and Trujillo. Oh, open finishes from the left side. 2 to go. Alvarado. It's probably going to be all on her here this evening for the Lady Red Devils. Long three, Menine couldn't get anything to go. Nikisha Hill finds her own shot, gets it herself again. Third time, Alvarado coming in there, stealing it away. Tough defense and off of Alvarado, and a turnover there by the Red Devils. Well, what else is going to happen? Not much more. And again, up top to the left side. Cueva driving left side baseline, and now back out up top to Sanchez with the three and gets it to go. That's Natalia Sanchez's first points of the contest. It's been quiet. Didn't have a single point in the first half. Alvarado finds a lane. Couldn't get that little roller to go in. And now back over to Samaya Baker, working right side of the floor. Is going to take a stop there at the right wing now. Up top the post. Oh, ball tipped away there. Off of Tori Cadell. Getting right in front of Nikisha Hill. And here comes Baker. Menine already took a dribble, couldn't do anything more. Now Nikisha Hill hoping to find the lane. Sanchez. Back to Menine, sliver of hope, and they were able to save it. Fresh shot clock. Menine underneath, and free throws coming up. You know, sometimes when you don't know where you're at and what the possession is, you forget what you have to do immediately after that shot is taken. These Valley Lady Red Devils were a little bit confused there momentarily as they thought they had a shot clock violation. Wildcats didn't give up on the play and able to chase this one down, and Menine obviously able to regain control momentarily and get another opportunity to put points on the board. Second one no good either. Silva going up strong and coming down strong with that rebound. Silva dribbling over to her right. Steps through, gets 2 to go. And Silva, there's another player that was very quiet in the first half. No points either. Now she has 4. Take a lot. Melissa Cueva. Back to Sanchez and Baker. Cueva, left corner 3. Bouncing around, that hit the shot clock. And so that's going to be a turnover. Minute 18 remaining here in the third quarter. Still a 1-point lead here for the Lady Wildcats. Taylor, 3 is way off the mark and off of Alyssa Cueva. The ball is going to stay with the Lady the Lady Red Devils. Mendoza to Taylor and up underneath. Foul, free throws coming up. Keisha Hill's going to pick up a personal.
Foul charge, number 11, Nikisha Hill.
It's going to send Taylor to the free throw line for the first time here tonight. First one's up, no good. Second one. No good. So empty-handed on that trip to the free throw line. And to Samaya Baker. Menine couldn't hang on to it, and another turnover by the Lady Wildcats. Can't have that. By the way this game is going, it's going to be a close one. Alvarado Matching up with Mendoza, now Taylor taking left side baseline. Bounce pass underneath, Silva. Ball blocked away, off, and deflected off the Lady Wildcats and Tatiana Camacho, who has made her first appearance here in the second half after fouling 3 times in the first half, so she had to sit for a good minute or two. Silva, awkward shot, Menainik bringing down the rebound and miss. To the right corner. And misjudged that one, Samaya Baker. Looking for somebody in that area. Sanchez trying to break on the ball last minute. Wasn't able to get there. And the way this game is going, you do not want those small mistakes. You don't want to be committing these turnovers. You're only leading by 1 at this point. And with 1 more quarter still to come, anything can happen. Mendoza couldn't get a 3 to go as both teams struggling offensively here in this contest. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter, excuse me. Wildcats leading by 1, 32-31 here on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. We'll take a break, be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. Beginning of the 4th and final quarter. Tell us here, as we're talking here with the THS Digital Media interns, what did you see out there here in the 3rd quarter?
You know, I saw a lot of good, interesting stuff. You know, Alvina, she made 2 two-pointers, which were pretty good, pretty crucial in that lead that we have of 32. Also, Alyssa Cueva, you know, with that 2-pointer. You know, if it weren't for those shots, probably we wouldn't have been leading right now as we are. You know, we had some free throws, and we sadly didn't make any. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. It seems like we have more communication, better defense, and they seem to be a bit more coordinated in the second half.
Do you see any adjustments so far that have been made here in the 3rd quarter?
You know, as I said, they seem to be more coordinated. You know, they have better communication. So I think that's pretty good, especially in the second half. You know, and since we're only leading by 1, and as you said, we can't make any mistakes, especially now since we're leading by 1.
Yep, definitely. So definitely still another quarter of basketball to play here. Final 8 minutes. Menainik. Back over to Julissa Lana, fed to Tatiana Camacho, who's been sitting on the bench for the majority of this second half. She has 3 fouls in this contest, so she's needed to be taken care of and been sitting on the bench for quite a while. To Nakisha Hill, dribbling on the online and fouled on the floor. 2 free throws coming up.
Foul charge number 12, Madeline Trujillo.
So Madeline Trujillo is going to be charged with the personal there. Free throws coming up. Nakisha Hill able to get the first one to go. Still one more. Misses it, but Alvina Menainik able to regain control and possession saved. Hill back to Landa. And now Natalia Sanchez making a move now there. Gets it off. Middle of the lane to Menainik, and now Landa having to take it herself. Loses it. Camacho with the reverse. Couldn't get it. Gets her own miss. Puts it back up. Can't make it. Brooklyn Silva comes out with the ball. Not really a natural ball handler. Finds Alvarado just in time. Mendoza on the floor, able to keep possession. Taylor, long jumper. Trujillo able to recover. Taylor trying to chase it down. They were able to save possession. And double dribble called on the Lady Red Devils. Taylor didn't know what to do. She was met by some good pressure there. And timeout called out on the floor by the Wildcats. 6:44 remaining here early in the fourth quarter. 2-point lead for the Lady Wildcats. Take a break, be back here, THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. After the timeout on the floor, Julissa Landa bringing the ball down. And ball's thrown away there by Alvarado. Landa trying to put defense on and commits the foul. Free throws coming up for Alvarado. Julissa Landa probably making the smarter of the play there, not giving a clear path for the layup. Instead, decides to foul her, making sure that she earns those 2 points at the free throw line. And first one's up, no good. So you can already say that was a smart play by Landa. But still one more, and that one's up and good. 1 out of 2 on that exchange. Cuts that lead down to 1. Camacho turning around and fouled there as Silva trying to guard up against Camacho. Free throws going to go her way.
Foul is charged number 43,
Brooklyn Silva picking up her second personal. First free throw up and good there by Camacho. Still one more. Second one no good. Camacho able to track down her own miss. Fresh possession. Camacho fed underneath, left side, and gets 2 more to go. And that's smart. That's what the Lady Wildcats are going to have to do. They're going to have to put the ball into Tatiana Camacho's hands if they want to get some scoring here in the second half, in this fourth quarter. Menainik and off of Goodell. Lady Wildcats are going to continue to move on. Julissa Landa. Bounce pass right to her. Puts up a little runner from her and couldn't get that one to go. And a foul going to be called. I believe it's going to be on Camacho, and that's going to be her 4th.
Foul is charged number 10, Dante Camacho.
4-point lead here for the Lady Wildcats. Alvarado. With Mendoza taking a 3. Ball on the floor, still fighting for it. And finally, a timeout's going to be called to save possession for the Lady Red Devils. Take a small break, be back here, THS Digital Media Network. and welcome back here at THS Digital Media Network. Coming off the timeout from the Lady Red Devils to save possession. They're down by 4 with 5:27 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And they're going to have to come up with something here in these final minutes to try to get some more scoring opportunities on the floor. Well, yeah, right now it's been all Alvarado. And it's a good thing she's been on the floor for the Lady Red Devils, but when you can't get anybody else going effectively on the offensive side of the ball, well, it's going to be pretty difficult to win some games. And thus right now, this one, a close one. It's going to be a tight one. Lady Wildcats, of course, themselves been struggling with offense, and Trujillo coming through and giving her another bucket here in the fourth quarter. She now has 11 points on the night. Macho open and could not capitalize on that opportunity after outpowering Brooklyn Silv down in the low post. Tatiana Camacho, just a sophomore, still learning the little things about the game, especially down in the low post. Especially at this level of basketball, at this size, at the 1As, a talent like her, especially her size and length, is rare. And a foul going to be called on Camacho, as that might be her 5th and final foul, guarding up against Silv. And so 5th personal will disqualify Tatiana Camacho. Only 7 points on the night. So struggling a lot more here offensively. And so now the question is, will Silv be able to capitalize, knowing that one of the bigger defensive threats for Lady Wildcats is no longer on the floor? Trujillo, of course, pushing through and following second in scoring behind Maya Alvarado. But it's got to be another opportunity. There's going to be another player that's got to step up here tonight if they want to take this win for the East Valley Lady Red Devils. Keisha Hill. Tight pass there to Norman. Hill open for the 3, though, and capitalizes on it. Keisha Hill, an experienced player. Once again, was open and took the shot. There's only been a couple of instances this game where they did not take the open look. And a tie-up going to be called between Menainik and Trujillo. Possession's going to remain with the Red Devils. Mendoza. Ball tipped around, and Trujillo able to recover it. Trujillo misses the shot from underneath the basket. Menainik. Angela Zelanda. Sanchez gonna have to slow it down just a tad. Norman. To Landa. Back to Hill. Norman, middle of the lane, ball tipped around. Alvarado with Sanchez. And able to power through and complete the layup for 2. 3-point lead still for the Wildcats. Hill launches a 3, can't get that one to go, and Menainik fouled underneath. Free throws coming up for her. See, defensively for the East Valley Red Devils, it just seems that they're a little winded, trying to get back to their assignments. And just a little too late to get to those missed shots and being able to get those rebounds. This game is coming up on the final 2 minutes, 3:11 currently remaining. We're gonna have to see. And miss coming both ways on that one. Silva. And fouled. Tenley Taylor.
Foul charge. Number 23, Adelaide Norman.
Norman's going to pick up another personal. Taylor misses the first free throw there. You know, those free throws could be critical. They could be the game changer. May come down to that. Second one, though, is good by Taylor. 1 out of 2 on that one. Here is Julissa Landa. Trying to make everything and anything happen. Menainek, middle of the lane, left open and fouled, and another free throw opportunity coming up for Menainek.
Foul is charge number 2, Maya Alvarado.
So Maya Alvarado charged with a personal. And Menainek, first free throw up and good. Still one more. And there we go. Whoa, perfect on that one. Full timeout called by the Wildcats. 2:41 remaining, 41-37. Wildcat with a small, tight lead. We'll take a break, be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. Off the timeout from the Wildcats. Here is Maya Alvarado trying to push through, trying to find a hole in this top-inflated Wildcat defense. Silva goes up hard with their shot, can't get it. The fall ball loose, picked up by Menainek. Hill up and under, can't finish. Trujillo. And finally, a foul going to be called on the floor between Nikisha Hill and Trujillo. And Hill's going to pick up her second personal of the contest. And so free throws coming up here for the Lady Red Devils. This is kind of the last spot that you wanted to be in, is giving your opponent opportunities to put points on the board without having any clock run off. Trujillo hasn't been that consistent here tonight at the free throw line, so we'll see what happens. This free throw up, no good, misses the front end. So now the Lady Wildcats with opportunities of their own. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. Keisha Hill to Julissa Landa. Menainek, open three. Couldn't get that one a fall, and now Mendoza loses it. Poked away there by Norman. Landa, open jumper, good for 2. That's what we're talking about. That ball stolen away by the Lady Wildcats, and then Landa having an open jump shot. Takes it, makes it. That's what you want to see out on the floor. And Trujillo, oh, misses it. Balls, oh, grabbed by Hill. Needing to hang on to it, and does. Coming up, missed, and 90 seconds remaining in this contest. Julissa Landa. To the right side, Bounces it to Menainik. She needs to find somewhere to go. Oh, and a foul going to be called against the Red Devils. Bad timing there, but good timing for the Lady Wildcats. Sometimes you hear it both ways, I guess. Samaya Baker has been relatively quiet here tonight on the offensive end. Hasn't played a ton of minutes here tonight. And she has. She's been effective. And indeed, it's just knowing your role and what you're responsible for doing. And Samaya Baker is immediately fouled. Still not in the bonus. So Alvarado, the quick foul. And now finally into the bonus front end opportunity here for Samaya Baker. First one's up and good. Second one, also good. 1:11 remaining and a 9-point lead here. Lady Red Devils needing to answer. Alvarado couldn't do it. Ball deflected out of bounds off of Adelaide Norman, and Red Devils with another crack at it. Minute and 2 seconds remaining. Red Devils still have a shot at this. Trujillo immediately cuts to the basket, good for two. And another timeout called on the floor by the East Valley Red Devils. Give them a chance to regroup. We'll keep it here as we're underneath the 2-minute warning. So this entire game going back and forth, and finally the Wildcats finding some more offensive success here in the fourth quarter. And at the time, the largest lead, 9 points. Right now leading by 7. So they're going to need to find a way to close this game out. Well, they got the talent to do it, and they're going to have to do it without Tatiana Camacho, one of their more effective players, one of their bigger, more athletic and physical players that they've had on the floor. Unfortunately, just picked up too many fouls in the first half. Had to sit for the majority of the minutes, and when she came back in, just struggling to find any type of rhythm, both on offense and defense. Only scoring less than 10 points in the game. She left the game with 7 on the night, so not completely her offensive self anyways. And defensively, just struggling with those fouls. Yeah, and everybody has those nights where you just can't get away from them. Now it's going to be up to the rest of the team. And immediately trying to run the long ball, La Sanchez. Thought she had it, she lost it. Alvarado finding Menainik with the shot. Trying to save it, does, and timeout called there to save possession by the Lady Wildcats. 46.6 seconds remaining, and that's the best thing that you can do in that situation. Indeed, you could. Things were running a little wild. You want to give your young players an opportunity to collect themselves and run that play that you need to be ran, that needs to be ran at this point. You're trying to kill clock. Perhaps you're trying to get another shot. It's going to have to be a quality look, though. We don't know what else is going to happen here tonight. And indeed, as we're going to have ourselves quite a finish to this contest. Here's the Lady Wildcats, of course, finding a way to win last night up at Sela High School versus the Sela Vikings. And so as both these teams just trying to collect themselves, yeah, and then in that set of plays, I mean, you can't blame the Wildcats for taking the timeout that they did. You don't want to push any of your players into situations they haven't been in and then risk, making an unfortunate mistake. Right now, they have a somewhat comfortable lead. And we're going to see here what is going to be the result here as Nikisha Hill is going to be the one to inbound this ball here to finish up with 46.6 seconds remaining. Nikisha Hill. Taking a look, finally, finds Menainik. Back to Samaya Baker. They just got to kill clock, and immediately the Red Devils come in there. They're just trying to extend this contest. They know they're down by multiple possessions. And let's see if the young freshman, Samaya Baker, can make some plays to close this one out. And right here, as Lady Red Devils going to make a substitution, as in comes Tinley Taylor. As Trujillo is going to take a seat momentarily. Shot no good by Samaya Baker and Brooklyn Silva. Tried to make a save and then it was fouled. And now Madeline Trujillo looks like she's going to come back in. And Julissa Landa going to check in for Adeline Norman. And so another substitution going to happen here. I believe it's going to be for Silva. And also checking in for the Lady Red Devils, Jalen Garcia, number 21, out there on the floor. Silva's first free throw up and good. Give her 5 on the night. And she's scored all 5 of her offensive points here in the second half. Just not finding any room, any looks in the first. Second one also good. And Trujillo indeed is going to come back in and is going to take the place of Brooklyn Silva. They're going to take a look here. Nikisha Hill to Landa. Now she's going to be tasked with bringing the ball down. Finds Samaya Baker. Nikisha Hill cutting to Meineinik onto the outside. Samaya Baker now in between the circles. Back to Landa. And Landa immediately is going to be fouled again. 28.4 seconds remaining in this contest. Lady Wildcats only up by 4, so right now these free throws mean much more than ever. Well, indeed they do. It's going to be a matter of time. Landa, first one. Bounces front iron, but look at that. Natalia Sanchez able to save it and then immediately fouled. And yes, Natalia Sanchez with a chance to put more points up on the board. Well, this is going to be something. It's going to be a pressure situation here for Sanchez. She wants to surely put this one away. She has to make both. First one's going to go up and good. And now Brooklyn Silva will check back into the contest. Looks like she's going to take the place of Tinley Taylor. And so Sanchez chance to close this one out, and it is just off the mark. Alvarado with 20 seconds remaining. Oh, she's gonna have to hurry up. She launches that 3. Oh, it's off the mark. Fighting for the ball, Landa able to tip it towards Meineinik. And finally, the Red Devils fouling there at the last second. 11.7 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. The Red Devils just didn't know where they were at on the floor. Oh, all right, thank you. For which one exactly? And so here we go back to action. Here is the 7-point lead here for the Lady Red Devils. Oh, off and out. So here we go. Trying to put it back to action, and Mendoza with the last second shot, and that's going to be the end of the game. Lady Red Devils, unfortunate, come up short, and the Lady Wildcats take the win by a score of 48-41. Well, the Lady Wildcats, they have a roll going. They've won 3 straight games. Can they keep that pace going? They're going to be dealing with a bit of a break here in the next couple of weeks. But nonetheless, what a great showing to start off the season. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, remember, stick around. Coming up next, Game 2 of our doubleheader. Coming up here on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. So the boys coming up next. We're going to take a short break here momentarily. Here before we go off air, let's give you some statistics for the Lady Wildcats. Elvina Menainik leading all scorers here tonight. Well, let's count them up: 13, 14, 15 points. Right behind her, Tatiana Camacho with 7. And then from there, Samaya Baker with 5. Julissa Solano with 6. 3 from Adeline Norman. And then 2 from Alyssa Cueva. So a lot of scoring from a lot of different players, but Elvina Menainik able to get things there. And then for the East Valley Lady Red Devils, Maya Alvarado leading all scorers here this evening. Count them up. She has 19 points, leading all scorers. Right behind her, Madeline Trujillo, who came alive in the first half and then started contributing in the second half as well. She ends the night with 11. All right then, folks. Final score, 48-41. We'll take a break. Be back. Coming up next, Game 2 of our doubleheader, the main event, here only on the THS Digital Media Network.